Welcome back to the channel, everybody. How you doing? I just want to say I appreciate you guys being here. Today we're going to talk about Full Moon by Jim Butcher, book 2 of the Dresden Files. I actually don't own a physical copy of this book. I had all the mass paperbacks, but then I got rid of them years ago. I'm actually getting to the hardcovers of them, and I did not realize, like, the first 3 books are like a couple $100 each, which really upset me, and I wish I did not get rid of all the mass paperbacks. So that was my fault. Kind of blew my mind. So if you guys have any of these, hold on to them. I did not realize how expensive that was. A mind-blowing thing, honestly. Anyways, this is the second book of the Dresden Files. I'm doing a reread of the Dresden Files because book 18 comes out next year. I don't know when. I was told January, so I'm not gonna be caught up to it, but I am slowly doing audiobooks for them because I want to remember everything. So we'll see. So the next following months, you're gonna see a lot more Dresden File book reviews, depending on whenever I get them from Libby, because I am trying to be caught up. But once I know the official date, then maybe it'll be a little different, but who knows. Full Moon is a werewolf book. It's really fun. Everyone always talks about how the first 2 Dresden books are really bad, but I think Stormfront's definitely the weakest of the whole series. But I don't have a problem with Full Moon. I think Full Moon was really fun to read. Dresden is a murder mystery, and the first thing he talks about are these giant paw prints and the murder. And after that, he's like, it's werewolves. And then you learn the lore about all these kind of werewolves, and they're all introduced in this book. And eventually, a lot of these characters that are in this book play out through the rest of the series. A lot of them always are. But this is a fun book. It really sets the ground for a lot of things that are going to happen in the future of the series. And it makes you so sad because clearly I already know what's happening. But oh man, there's so many things. Just these little sprinkles of foreshadowing of what is going to happen. And I love it. I love it so much. I just never really processed until I started rereading, like, oh my gosh, that's when you start talking about it. And I love it. It's so much fun. And a lot of the Dresden Files books, the first couple, I would say probably the first 3 or 4, is where you're slowly learning. You're kind of like, what's going on? Because it feels like a Monster of the Week kind of book. But once you get into the meat and potatoes of these books, you actually start learning the full arc of this story. And that's why I really love it. It's a reward. To me, it feels like you are rewarded for sticking with it for so long. It's like what a lot of people say when you read One Piece or watch it, is like you get rewarded for the longevity. Granted, I got a whole hot take about One Piece, but we're not here for that. But I do feel like you are rewarded for the longevity of the Dresden Files, that you have so much fun reading it or listening to it. Also, if you listen to it, it's from the guy who played Spike from Buffy, which is so fitting. And now when I listen, when I read the Dresden Files or anything, I can only picture his voice as Dresden. So if they ever do a show, I hope they do an animated series just so he could voice Dresden. That's just me though. But this book is really fun. It's very quick pace, and like I said, it's just cool that you get the onion peeling of this. There's so many layers to this series that you don't notice until you do a reread of it. You're like, oh, it's right there. That's where it was the whole time. This one, you get more of Dresden's relationship with Susan a little bit, and you have moments in this book where Dresden has to talk to his own self-conscious to have a wake-up call, because up until now, Murphy from book 1, she kind of has she doesn't really trust Dresden, but she keeps getting into all the supernatural stuff because of Dresden. And Dresden feels compelled to keep it hidden from her, but he also knows I should tell her. So now we're getting to the point where Murphy is going to start learning more of what's actually happening in the supernatural world. And when I get to re-listening, when I get to rereading these books and I see Murphy, I'm like, oh man, Murphy. And then book 3 has Michael in it. The GOAT, the best character, Michael, doesn't matter. But yes, when I'm listening to this, there's just a lot of elements of how much I really do enjoy this book. Even the first time I read it, I was like, this is a really fun book. And everyone on booktube was like, yeah, the first 2 are not very good. I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was really fun. I never had an issue. Every Dresden book I've had a blast reading. Book 1 is definitely the weakest, but book 2 is a really fun follow-up, I feel like. There's a lot of elements, like I said, I keep repeating, of just what's happening for future events. And the best part is, this expands the world just a little more, just a little more, just a little sprinkle of just expanding the world of this, because it's a huge world, but Jim Butcher is just making it so compact and just doing little bread trails for us to get adjusted to it. He's not just throwing it in our face like a lot of fantasy novels do, because this is urban fantasy. So him just sprinkling in things, mentions of like the Never Never and the White Council and werewolves and all the different kinds of vampire courts and all these different werewolves and zombies and necromancers, all these things that he is slowly just filtering through. I love it, and I think that's just so nice for people to get into, especially if you are new to fantasy. I always recommend Dresden Files because it is a blast. It's so much fun, and because of it, I actually want to read more urban fantasy novels, so maybe I might make a video of that. We'll see though. But Fool's Moon, I mean, I give it a 4 out of 5. The first time I read it, I also gave it a 4 out of 5. I still think it's really fun, but it's definitely not a 5. I actually have only a couple of his books that are like 5 out of 5, and that's the later ones. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What did you guys think of Full Moon by Jim Butcher, the second book into the Dresden Files? Have you guys read it or have you not read it? If you have, let me know down below which one is your favorite so far. I have not read his novellas yet. I plan on this reread to read the novellas next as well, just because it's like I've never read them, so I should at least, which is gonna be really fun because I've never read them. So we're gonna get into those eventually. What do you guys think? What is your favorite book of the whole series? I would love to know. I have one, and by the time we get it, it's gonna be really sad and I'm not looking forward to it. But in general though, I really do like this series, and I recommend anyone who's like tiptoeing into fantasy, I would recommend this. It's not deep, it's not too thought-provoking, it's very fast-paced. Each book's like 300 pages. It's a very quick read, and they're really fun. And if you like Coke, like the drink, you're fine. Dresden loves Coke, so it's perfect. Last but not least, make sure you guys stay safe, stay humble, and tell someone you love them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay weird.